Good morning. Thank you all for having me. I appreciate our honor to be here. My name is Hakim. My name is Hakim Coggins. Could everyone hear me? All right. Bear with me. I'm going to read this off for a couple minutes. This is a reflection that I wrote a couple weeks ago for a meeting that I went to, and I was offered to come here and read it. A lot of times, Black history gets talked about like it's already been handled, like it's finished, like it lives somewhere behind glass in a museum, a book, or 1 month out of the year. But from where I stand, Black history is still happening. It happened this morning when people got up and went to work. It happened when they showed up for their families. It happened when people walked into rooms where they're still trying to be heard. That's what Black history looks like to me. When you look at what this country is going through right now, it's hard not to feel it personally. Even this month, a month meant to honor history, hasn't been free from backlash. We see it, the questioning of why it exists, the discomfort with naming truth, the resistance to remembering fully. But history has never moved forward without resistance. There was a time when standing beside a civil rights leader could cost you your job, your reputation, your safety. And there were white Americans who stood anyway, not because it was popular, not because it was safe, but because it was right. They were criticized, they were threatened, they were told to stay in their place, but they chose conscience over comfort. We cannot celebrate history without honoring that courage too. Because progress has always required people to step outside of what was socially aligned and stand inside of what was morally aligned. And here's the truth, we are Americans, but we also are shaped by different histories, different burdens, different starting lines. Honoring that truth does not divide us, it strengthens us. Because while our experiences may differ, our humanity does not. We share this city. We share this country. Ultimately, we share the responsibility to make it better than we found it. Here in Newport, Black history isn't just about what people went through. It's about what people are still carrying. The people who stayed when it would have been easier to leave. The families who figured things out without safety nets. The ones who held communities together long before anyone gave them a title or seat at the table. Black history isn't just about pride or struggle, it's also about responsibility, about asking uncomfortable questions. Who gets remembered? Who gets overlooked? Who gets resources? And who's told to be patient and grateful? Who gets invited into the conversations? And who actually gets trusted when decisions are being made? Honoring Black history means looking at the present clearly, not defensively. Real progress doesn't come from staying comfortable. It comes from being willing to look at what's working and what isn't, and choosing to do better. There's an old teaching that says, if you see something wrong, change it with your actions. And if you can't change it with your actions, speak against it. And if you cannot speak, then at the very least, refuse to accept it in your heart. And even that is a form of faith. Even with everything we face, we still count our blessings. Not to ignore the shortcomings, but to remember why the work still matters. So this month, I don't want us to just acknowledge history and move on. I want us to carry it into how we invest, who we listen to, how we choose to build together. Because Black history isn't finished, it's breathing right now. And one day, when this moment becomes history, it won't be measured by what we applauded, it will be measured by who felt the difference, by who finally had access who didn't before, by who was trusted. A lot of times Black history gets, oh, wait a minute, sorry. sorry, who was once overlooked. Sorry about that. By whether the next generation inherits courage instead of caution. History is watching us now, not from behind glass, not from a textbook, but through the eyes of children in the city, through the lives of families who are still carrying more than they should. And when they tell the story of this time, may it be said that we did more than remember, we responded. We did more than talk, we acted. We did more than celebrate, we stood, and we did it together.